Hey, all right, welcome back. So much going on all around the country, all around the world, but the biggest news of the day yesterday. Um, Many people said after the Super Bowl that Tom Brady is the GOAT, the greatest of all time in football. I don't disagree, he is, but we lost Larry King a few weeks ago, another GOAT, one of the greatest of all time television interviewers. And yesterday, unfortunately, a great patriot and a great innovator, Rush Limbaugh, was lost at 70 years old after a years long battle with lung cancer. And there is a great void in the AM political talk radio scene right now. And some people are whispering that maybe Donald Trump should take over for Rush Limbaugh. I don't know if that's his best move, but Dr. Carol Lieberman joins us right now. She's America's psychiatrist. And Doc, you think there are a number of reasons that Donald Trump should take over for Rush. Dr. Lieberman, how are you? Dr. Lieberman, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Glad to be back.
Oh my goodness, it's so good to have you. So that you say there are 7 reasons why Donald Trump should take over for Rush. Let us hear them, please.
Okay, first of all, Rush's audience is grieving, and it is a very sad loss. And they would be thrilled to have Trump replace him. I mean, nobody can replace him, but you know what I mean. They would be very thrilled and surprised. Now, another thing is that Trump just recently, he's been keeping quiet, keeping under the radar on purpose. But he just came out after Rush died to do live TV again to express, his admiration and so on for Rush. So the fact that he felt called to come out of his hibernation shows how much he cares about Rush. Of course, also the Presidential Medal of Freedom did that as well. Now, Donald Trump said that Rush was also saying the same narrative, which is that Trump won. And so if Trump took over Rush's spot, he'd be able to continue that narrative on that same station. Another reason number 4, is that conservatives have been having a very hard time in these past months between the election and the impeachment and even the being blamed for the Capitol riot. Even just the other day, you probably saw that Trump's hotel in Atlantic City, I mean, I know he didn't own it still, but they demolished his hotel. It was just kind of symbolic, of another destruction. And so it would be really energizing for conservatives to have Trump on the air talking, conservative talk. And then Trump isn't comfortable being out of the spotlight. I know he took this time, but really he wants to keep doing things to make America great again. And so this would give him an opportunity to do it.
Let me ask you this: on the implosion of the Trump Hotel, kind of a little bit maybe symbolic, or maybe they call it synchronicity, that right after his campaign imploded, then his hotel imploded. But from a psychological standpoint, maybe the signal is the past is gone, even the buildings are gone and everything, and now we got to start anew somewhere.
Well, I like that interpretation. I mean, I hope that when Trump saw it, that he felt that way. It was kind of, it's just the bad timing, I mean, although if we look at it the way you just said it, it could be good timing, yes. Another reason why he should take over Rush's spot is because this is an immediate opportunity. I know that he is planning on doing something either politically or media-wise, and so if he took Rush's spot now, this would be an immediate opportunity, and then he could plan whatever else he's going to do at the same time. And then last but not least, it is not physically or psychologically healthy for Trump to not be building something. He has been a builder of things, his whole life. And if he is sitting home playing golf, even if he's working on, what he's going to do politically or media-wise, it's not the same as actually being out there every day, getting his points across, trying to help America. And so I think it would be much better for his physical and psychological health if he started to do this right away.
I feel like it would be better for my psychological health if I was on that black Chase lounge you have behind you in your studio there, because the clouds are outside. It's such a peaceful and joyous color, pink over there. How are you, just to switch topics a little bit, how are you talking to patients or clients about dealing with the stress and anxiety of the lockdowns? Because I feel like it's a very, very it's a very bad thing, and it's very hard to enumerate what damage is being done.
Well, it's particularly bad for kids psychologically. I mean, it's bad for all of us, but kids are committing suicide in higher numbers than ever before. And they are also just having anxiety and depression. And the one family that I still treat by Zoom, they have a child who's about 12 or 13, and she has developed COVID paranoia, which is where she is so afraid of getting COVID that she doesn't want to go out of the house. She's cleaning the house all the time, and she's not alone. I mean, this has really distorted, especially kids, because they're not with their friends, they're not with their teachers, they don't have that support system. A lot of kids, or some number of kids, too many, are being abused at home, and they don't have the ability to be in public, be at school where the teachers can pick up on it. They are really the ones in a lot of trouble. I mean, of course, adults too, but parents need to be very aware of what their children are feeling, whether they're expressing things like, I don't really want to be here anymore, there's nothing, if they feel that their life isn't going to go back to being the way it was, they don't see a future.
Well, there's a lot of stories that I've been following. I've had a bunch of, kind of neurologists and drug treatment folks on, and they're talking about that a lot of people that were maybe clean from drugs or clean from alcohol, the recidivism rates are going through the roof. And a lot of those people who have drug or alcohol problems, they tend to go home and engage in domestic violence. So there's like this, exponential witch's brew of bad things happening. And I don't think the governors or our leaders are taking any of that into account.
This is all just such a plot. If it wasn't clear before, it certainly should be clear now. All of these things that are happening at once, including, and one thing I think parents or all of us should really be focusing on more, is what's happening in schools. Even in lockdown, I mean, even remote, kids are being taught such propaganda, with the white, you're being made to feel guilty for being white, for being accused of racism, being told that they shouldn't be the gender that they were born with. It's much cooler to be a different gender, to say that you're a different gender. All of these different things are happening, and we need to, the problems in our country really have been starting with the schools.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more on that. That certainly our colleges have been co-opted to the liberal left, but now it's trickling down to grade school, and there's places in California where they want to teach 5-year-old kids sexual self-gratification and stuff. So it's like you start wondering, like, what's the real agenda, Doc? It's not educating kids, it's mind programming, it feels like.
It's taking the kids over, taking the country over through the kids, and turning us into, a woke society, and really a Marxist and a communist, and a society being taken over by the woke agenda, the BLM agenda, and it's just the destruction. And it goes along with the masks and everything else, getting us to pay attention, to listen to Big Brother.
All right. If you need any help whatsoever, you got to reach out to America's psychiatrist, Dr. Carol Lieberman. And I'm trying to have her on as much as I can because I'm almost to the point of admitting that I need psychological help. And Dr. Lieberman is going to be the first person I would go. Doc, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
She's the best.